Hi, everybody out there in Internetville. My name is Kini Mafa, which means King, Queen, Mother, Father. Very strange times we're living in. Since Donald Trump got elected again, a lot of people under the LGBTQIA and continuation of alphabets are getting a little scared. People are changing sides. People are deciding to detransition, whether they're detransitioning from living their lives as women to going back to being men, or whether they're detransitioning from living their lives as men to returning to being women. And sometimes the transition is not even about changing genders, it's about being more masculine. Instead of being a flaming, flamboyant man, you want to now be a man of God, a decent, respectable man. All of these things are viewed as detransition in some shape, form, or fashion. Now, while detransitioning in this reality may earn you some cookies in the eyes of the master up on the plantation, he may look at you and say, hey, you's a good and palpable Negro. In the spirit world, in the esoteric world, something else is happening. And I think you're a little bit confused about that. You need some help? Well, let me help you with that. Let's check the canvas. So, you came here, you were whole. Beautiful whole one. Oh, such a beautiful whole one. And then they told you a lie and you bought into it. So then you became a halfling. You weren't whole anymore. You're just a little halfling. Poor little halfling thing. You started believing in the lies. You started buying into the lies and you just shrunk down and you became a halfling. And then somewhere along down the road, you said, bump all that. I'm gonna be a little bit more than a halfling. I'm gonna be a punk. Or if you were born with a vagina, a punkette. And so you began to get a little bit bigger. And then you just kept growing. And you kept accepting it. So you either became a trans woman or a trans man, or you became a more open gay man or a more open lesbian, and you were just a little bit more accepting of yourself. But that was hard. That was lonely. Because the toughest roads, those are the roads less traveled. You wanted to blend in, you want to fit in, you want to be accepted, you want more because a spirit of greed is upon you. You want resources, you want access, you want everybody to see it for you. And so someone comes at you and they offer you some money to sell your people out, or they offer you an opportunity to sell your people out. And so then your story changes. You know what I'm saying? You feel the pressure. Or maybe you never were this person in the beginning. Maybe it was just a trend for you. Maybe it was some childhood trauma that you just didn't do the shadow work on to deal with. For whatever reason, this is not who you really were. And no one has a problem if you are really legit just a halfling. Like if that's legit who you are. Like if you're a halfling, then you're a halfling. My problem is when you want to be halflings and you start picking with whole ones. You start condemning whole ones. You start condemning the other people who don't align. You start condemning the trans. You start condemning the lesbians. You start condemning the free gays. You start condemning them because you want to be a halfling. That's my problem. When you want to be a halfling and you feel like you need to start condemning them. And so in order for you to get back down here to halfling phase, which is actually beneath the whole one that you came here as, this little speck right here, you're really trying to get back down there. Because see, what happens is you come here whole, then you buy into the lies and you become a halfling. Then sometimes you escape the quicksand. The quicksand is around here. You escape the quicksand. You rise up. Somebody give you an olive branch and they pull you out of halfling phase. You get a little olive branch coming down to you so that you can become, you know, a more rounded individual, at least a high-level punk, punkette. You know, you at least arrive up out of being a punk P, which is a baby punk, or a punkin, which is a baby punkette. You know what I'm saying? So you get to arrive out of the punk status and become, you know, a trans woman or a trans man or a full-fledged affirming lesbian or just a whole, you know, gay man, you know what I'm saying? Or just a whole being who doesn't identify with any of those constructs at all, because, you know, you are representing those beings that we were before we tried to fit into the boxes and the labels. And so there's a problem, you know, with this, you know. So if you decide, you know, and if this is what you're seeing for yourself, if you want to be a halfling, then be a halfling. But understand that the ancestors who are sitting up on high, who are watching the play, the whole ones, who are gathered all around on high, sitting around looking around at you from the stars, they're saying, oh, look, another one wants to be a slave. Another one is happy with white supremacy and the punkyarchy, and another one is happy, you know. And so this is one less one that we have to worry about, you know, giving their celestial crown. Another one has forfeited their sovereignty to walk with the halflings. And so it's going to be more room for us when we get ready to go be with the ancestors. It's going to be, the ancestors going to have a spacious, we're going to have space out there. We're going to have room out there. Because it's going to be crowded, because everybody want to be a halfling. And so you stay with the crowd. You stay in the crowd with the halflings. And pretty soon you ain't gonna have no room. It's just gonna be halflings everywhere. Just little halflings just all around you. Just little halflings everywhere. It's gonna be halflings everywhere. Just everywhere. Just everywhere. You ain't gonna even much be able to stand out no more. You ain't gonna even much be special no more. You just gonna be heaped in, just blending in with all the other little halflings everywhere. And the ancestors who making this space up there, you know what I'm saying, in the cosmos for us, is gonna be so much room for us just to shine and be our big bright whole selves. Amen, a woman. You be your little dot down here. You be your little dot, be your little worker bee, have your fun, get your shine on. Know that this is temporary. Know that this is only for a season, honey, and know that you're constantly reducing yourself. And, you know, if that's what you want for you, have that. Have that. But don't expect for me to participate in exalting you. Don't expect for me to participate in celebrating you. Because you took your crown off your head so that you could be less than a punk. So you could be a halfling. So have fun with that. Thank you.